Hey y'all, it's Latoya Okia, your life coach and your motivational speaker. What, baby? Okay. Go on, Trevor. Go on now. Y'all, I'm gonna try to do this. I might not be able to get it. I'm gonna try. Cause that one little bitty one, why he ain't went to sleep yet, I don't know. But let me just tell y'all, if y'all hear him say, "Mom, I'm hungry," he done ate. He done ate, okay? That's something he say because he don't want to go to bed. But mama done fed him. He done ate. So if y'all hear somebody in the background saying, "Mom, I'm hungry," he just don't want to be in the bed. Go back and get in the bed. Get in the bed. I'm gonna try, y'all. We're gonna try to do this. Cause I really need to get this out. Even if I have to wait until he gone and tap out and we come back in a little bit. I gotta get this out. Tonight. Because so many people are mixing this up. Like people think that purpose and callings and gifts is all the same thing, but it's not the same thing. Y'all. Let me tell you something. When you do what I do, come tell y'all, a lot of folks will be like, "Oh, they got people following them. Oh, they got it like this, or they got it like that." Let me tell you something. When you do this type of work right here, you a servant. It ain't no glitz and glam. It ain't none of that. Do you hear me? You a servant to God's people. When God done call you to do, and a lot of y'all that's on this live, God done call y'all to do some stuff too. You just been pushing it off. But let me tell you something. You better stop pushing it off, because you're not going to have no peace until you do what God said. You can try to go live your best life all you want to. You're not going to have no peace until you get up and you serve and do what God told you. Because let me tell y'all something. When I tell you I was in the bed, I was in the bed. That's why y'all ain't got no, you ain't gonna get no lashes on this video tonight. You ain't gonna get no wig all slayed and everything, cause this was one of them times where I was dragging my feet and I was telling God, "Nah, I'm tired." Nah. And God said, Get up and speak this word." I said, okay. But y'all know them times when you tell your kids to do something. Y'all share this live, cause y'all know them times when you tell your kids to do something and they don't be disrespectful now. They do what you tell them to do, but they just be dragging. That's how I was. I wasn't disrespectful when God told me to get on, but I was dragging now. I was dragging my feet. Cause I'm like, now Lord, God said it don't matter about all that stuff. It don't matter about the makeup or the hair or none of that stuff. What matters is the message. The message is what matters. And so let me get this out, y'all. I got to get this out. People mix this up. People think that, okay, your purpose, your calling, your gift, people just throw that all in one bucket together. And they think that's all one thing. They think that's all the same. It's not the same. Listen, it's three completely different things. Purpose, callings, and gifts are completely different. And this is the revelation that the Lord gave me. This is what God revealed to me. He said, your purpose. See what I'm talking about? You got to be a servant. You got to be, see, when God say get up and God say get on, God say move, God say go, how many of y'all going to get up and do what God told you to do? How many of y'all are you going to say, "Lord, I ain't ready. Lord, I don't look my best. Lord, I don't know what to say"? How many of y'all going to do that? What, baby? No. Go to bed. I told y'all he trying it now. He trying it because he didn't want to be. And he was in that bed and he was just about to tap out. Then y'all know how they hear when they hear you talking, or they hear you on the phone with somebody, or they hear you. In my case, when he hear me doing a video, baby, that sleep just go away and he just turn all the way up all over again. But I'm telling y'all, when you do this type of work, you will serve it to God's people. You will serve it to his people. It ain't no glitz and glam. It's when God say go, you got to go. When God say move, you got to move. When God say, I need you up front. I need you out front. I need you to get some clarification with this. I need you to speak on this. I need you to prophesy this. I need you to tell my people I said this. I need you to tell my people I said that. And so many times we so quick to tell God, but God, I'm not ready. I'm scared. I'm afraid. What they gonna say? Listen, you got to go. You got to go anyway, because let me tell y'all something I learned. If you don't do what he said, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Do you hear me? You're not going to have no peace. You're not going to have, you might be slaved. You might be beat to the gods and everything else. But that inside going to be tore up from the floor up. And it's a lot of people that look good on the outside, but that inside is tore up from the floor up. And it's tore up because they ain't doing what God told them to do. They know deep down in their heart that they not living their true purpose. They know they not. And so at night, when you lay down and you cut that light off and you go to sleep, that purpose will eat at you. It will eat at you. And that's what God meant when he said, many are the plans in a person's heart, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. What does that mean? That mean that thing gonna trouble you. You might make millions living for the devil. The devil bless you too. You ain't know? He'll bless you too. You might make millions, baby. You might be over there somewhere in Dubai or Cabo or wherever on the other side of the world just doing your thing. But when you turn the light off, or when there ain't nobody around but you, see, you can put on for everybody else, but see, God know what's really in there. God know you troubled. God know you ain't got no peace. God know you ain't being fulfilled because you're not doing what he told you to do. Y'all know how you just get that sickening feeling to where you feel like, man, it's something I'm supposed to be doing. It's somewhere I'm supposed to be. It's somebody I'm supposed to be talking to. That's your purpose pulling on you. That's your purpose pulling on you. And that's what I want to get into. That's the first one I'm going to break down for y'all and tell y'all what that is. That's what the Lord ordained me to get up here and speak to y'all tonight. God pulled me out my bed to speak to y'all on this. The purpose is the reason for your existence. That's what God reveals to me. He said, you ain't come down here to take glam shots and post pictures on your story and get your hair did and get your nails did and talk about how everybody hating on you and stuff. That's no way to live your life. It's time to get into a purpose mindset. What is purpose? Purpose is the reason for your existence. The reason for your existence. Y'all listen to this. And I'm fine with this because the devil don't want me to get it out now. He don't want me to get it out. But the purpose is the reason for your life. It is the reason that you were created. Y'all listen. It's the reason that you were created. So when you start talking about purpose, you asking yourself, why am I here? Have y'all ever asked that? Have you ever asked God that? Have you ever said, why am I here? Why was I born? Why was I created? Why do I exist? What I'm here for? Because let me tell you something. You cannot find your purpose. You cannot know your purpose until you ask that question. A lot of y'all been taught by these religious folk that you're not supposed to ask God nothing. Don't you be asking God nothing. Don't you be, don't question God. Listen, you better inquire of him. Do you understand me? Because if you don't ask him, then who you gonna ask? These folks they can't reveal something to you that they didn't give you. God is the one that gave you your purpose. See, this is why it's time for us to come out of religion, come out of tradition, because tradition and religion will have us in a mess. Tradition and religion will have us broke, busted, and disgusted for the rest of our lives. Broke, busted, and disgusted. Don't know our purpose, don't know our calling, and don't know our gifts. That's what religion will have us. But see, once we seek God, once we go to the source. See, once I went to the source, couldn't nobody else tell me nothing about me. It ain't matter. It ain't matter what your mama say. Don't matter what your daddy say. Don't matter what your cousin and them say. It don't matter what your co-workers or anybody says, because you have gone to the source. That's why you got to be connected to the source. He is the only one that can reveal your purpose to you. He is the only one. Y'all share this live. He is the only one that can give you your purpose. You got to go to the source. And when you go to him and you spend time with him, he will reveal the reason for your existence. He will tell you why he created you. He will show you everything that's on the inside of you. And he'll reveal your purpose to you. But you got to go to him. You got to get it from him. So we know what the purpose is. The purpose is the reason for your existence. The purpose is the reason why you showed up on this planet. Because until you found that, you ain't living. You ain't living. You ain't living. Y'all put that in the comments. Say, until you found your purpose, you ain't living, baby. You ain't living. Y'all see how folks say, I'm living my best life. You ain't living nothing. God bust my bubble. Now I'm finna bust y'all's. Cause I would be the main one saying it. I'm living my best life. God say, hush, cause you ain't living nothing. If you ain't found your purpose, you ain't living nothing. If you don't know why you were born, you ain't living nothing. You see, I love Dr. Miles Monroe. Dr. Miles Monroe said that we think that death is the worst thing that could happen to us. Everybody afraid to die. Don't nobody want to die. You know why you afraid to die? Because you know you ain't lived. You know you ain't lived. You ain't lived until you found your purpose. You ain't lived until you found something that you will give your life for. You ain't lived until you found something that's going to pull you out of all that drama and all that mess that's out there. Because as long as you still involved in all that mess and you still going here, going there, ain't got no vision for your life, ain't got no structure in your life, you doing anything with anybody at any place at any time, that's not purpose. See, purpose will hold your flesh. I'm telling y'all some real stuff. I heard somebody say this, and it's the truth. They say you can get saved, but that flesh ain't saved. Come on now. That flesh ain't saved. This right here, that flesh. Oh, okay. You think that flesh gonna start wanting something just because you call yourself got saved? Oh, no, baby. That flesh ain't never saved. Come on now. It takes something to hold that flesh. You know what's gonna hold it? Your purpose. Your purpose. Because if I didn't have my purpose, I wouldn't be able to hold myself. It takes purpose. What, baby? Mama doing a video, okay? It takes purpose. You ain't gonna be able to make it without purpose. You're not gonna be able to make it. It's the reason for your life. It's the reason for your existence. And purpose is the big picture. I got to get this out. I can't go to sleep till I get this out. See, this is what it is. This the lifestyle you live when you got a calling on your life. Everybody want to be called, but don't nobody want to. I heard E.T. say that. Everybody holler beast mode till it's time to do what beasts do. Come on now. Everybody holler beast mode till they bedtime come. Now God calling you to get up and do something for his folks. God calling you to get up and serve. You telling God it's my bedtime. I got to go to work in the morning. I got to do this and that in the morning. God said don't be talking about beast mode then. Because everybody talk about beast mode till it's time to do what beasts do. You say you a lion, okay. You say you a big dog. When I say come on, let's hunt, you got to be ready to go. That's what God said. You got to be ready to go. But y'all listen to the revelation that God gave me from this. God said the calling is not your purpose. Please put that in the comments. That's the revelation. Put that in the comments. Write that in y'all journal. If you ain't got no journal, go and get you a journal. Baby, go get you take $1 and go get you a journal and write this stuff down. Write it down. Listen to what God said. He said the calling is not your purpose. It gonna be some folks that beg to differ, but God told me don't eat food with them beg to differ spirits. God said leave them folk be. Leave them be. So if you beg to differ, go beg to differ somewhere else. Get you a platform and beg to differ on your platform. But I'm going to speak what God told me to speak on my platform. And God said your calling is not your purpose. I say, God, what you talking about? Well, yes, surely it is, right? I would think that it is. My calling is my purpose. God say no. He said no. He said the purpose is the big picture, right? See, you got to understand that God is the painter. He is the divine painter. And with you, he's creating a masterpiece. Glory be to God. He created a masterpiece. He is the divine painter. And you see, he got a vision in his mind. He's got a blueprint in his mind for the masterpiece. So God say the purpose is the big picture. That's the big picture. That's all of it. You know how you take in a masterpiece. How you step back and you just look at it and you just take it in and you just get the whole gist of the piece. And you like, oh, this is a beautiful piece. It just does something for me. Y'all know all y'all art appreciators. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about now. when you taking in that art, you see that masterpiece. You're like, wow, this is beautiful. Yeah, God said you see the purpose of the painting. Listen to me now. He said you are seeing the purpose of the painting. He said that's what I'm doing with you. He said, I am the divine painter. And he said, you are my masterpiece. Y'all put that in the comments. Say, I am God's masterpiece. Now that gonna free somebody tonight, because somebody been thinking that they ain't nothing. Somebody been thinking that don't nobody want them, don't nobody love them, ain't nobody caring for them, ain't nobody checking for them. I just told you who God says you are. God said you are my masterpiece. Now, glory be to God. Y'all put that in the comments. Say, I am God's masterpiece. And he said the purpose is the big picture. The purpose is the reason for you. The purpose is the reason why your mama and your daddy got together and did the do. Come on now. The purpose is the reason. See, you worry about who your daddy is. You worry about who your mama is. You worry about what they married when they got together. God said, don't worry about all that stuff. You worry about where they was and the bike story behind this and that. And, oh, I think I was a mistake. I think I was illegitimate. All these lies that the devil tell us. Come on now. God said, see, he said, don't even worry about none of that. He said, them folks was the vehicle that I used to get you here. Because God said, I am your father. I am your spiritual father. He said, I am your origin. In other words, you came from God. See, until you understand where your true origin is, you will always be tossed to and fro by the world. You will never be stable. Y'all listen to me. You will never be stable. You will never be secure. You will never be structured until you find your real source, until you find your real origin. So many people walking around here thinking that their origin is their parents. Their origin is their hometown. That is not your origin. Listen to me. That is not where you came from. You came through there. See, the Lord had to reveal that to me. Blakely, Georgia is not my origin. That's my hometown. I was born in Blakely, Georgia, but the Lord said that's not your origin. He said that's not where you came from. He said you came through Blakely, Georgia. And that's the revelation that God wants y'all to get tonight. And see, once you get that, nothing that no man can say can harm you. It don't matter what they say. Do you hear me? It don't even matter what your own family say. The folks that got the same blood running in your their veins as you do. It don't even matter what they say then. Because you know where you came from. You know your origin. You know your source. Like, baby, y'all were just a passing point for me. See, that's where we get messed up. We get stuck and caught up with people that the Lord just put us to be there in a season. That's where we get into the calling. Come on now. Oh, we finna get into that calling now. Y'all heard what I just said. The calling is not the purpose. The calling, listen to what God told me. Listen to what he told me. The Lord say the calling is a particular area that the Lord has called you to be in. Y'all better catch this. You better have your notebooks and your journals too. Catch this on the replay if you need to. But listen to what God said. He said the calling is not the purpose. That's not the big picture. The purpose is the big picture. Now that we done got the big picture, let's go into the picture and let's see what the Lord has put inside the frame. Come on now. What he done put in the frame, he gave you a calling. Your calling is the particular area that God called you to be in. Listen, it's not where man called you, but it's where God called you. Okay, come on now. Y'all go. I'm taking you somewhere. You got to ride with me now because I'm taking you somewhere and you're going to appreciate where I'm taking you to. Because the Lord took me there first. And that thing excited my spirit, baby. Because God revealed this to me. He said, I am the only one that can call you. See, it's some people that just came. They came to it. They went to it. But then you got some folks that God called to it. Come on now. And he said, you know the difference. He said, you could tell the difference. He said, if you just take a glance at them, all of them look the same. Come on now. Everybody preaching on Facebook, God said, all of them look the same. He said, but when you take a closer look, God said, you're going to see who just came to it. And you're going to see who I called to it. Now, glory be to God. Come on now. If some folks say, oh, I'm going to go be a police officer. I'm just going to they say you make good money over there. Come on now. They say you can do this, you can do that. They say they give you more respect. They give you more authority when you become a police. I'm finna go be a police officer. God said them the folks that just went. But he said, I have certain people that I have called. Come on now. He said, I have called you to be a police officer. And God said you could tell the difference. Come on now. Y'all put that in the comments. Say you could tell the difference. But that ain't your purpose. See, don't you get caught up on that calling. Because God said that calling ain't your purpose. He said that's the particular area that I call you to be in that season. Glory be to God. But the Lord say that can change. Listen, he said, that's why you got to keep your ear at my throne. Glory be to God. I said, God, I thank you. God was whispering that thing in my spirit today. As I was sitting in here at my desk, God said, you got to keep your ear to my throne. God said, you got to listen to me. He said, you can't let your spirit get contaminated by all these folks going to these unauthorized dealers, these folks that ain't got no license for your spirit. God said, you got to come to the manufacturer. He is the manufacturer. Y'all know how you be dealing with these shade tree mechanics going to the unauthorized dealers. They going to keep your car towed up because they don't know what they doing. But when you go to the manufacturer, you going to get the job. They going to get the job done. See, they going to get the job done and it's going to be right. They going to get it right the first time. And they give you a warranty. What they say, satisfaction guaranteed. Worry-free guarantee. That's what you get when you deal with God, see. But as long as you're dealing with unauthorized dealers, they can't never tell you the truth about who you really are because they don't know. Because the only way they going to know is if the manufacturer reveals it to them. That's the only way they going to know. Glory be to God. The calling. God took me to the prophet Elijah. Glory be to God. God took me. God said, when I told Elijah to go to the brook, come on now. He said that was the calling on Elijah's life at that time. I told him to go to the brook. Come on now. God said he was called to the brook. Glory be to God. The calling is what God is. It ain't, let me tell you something. If I listened to what man said, I wouldn't be speaking to y'all tonight. That's why you got to keep your ear to the throne. You got to keep your ear to the mouth of God. And you got to be ready to listen when God speaks. Listen when God speaks. Because as long as you listening to other people, God done told you to go to the brook. Come on now. Because God know that there's a drought in the land. And God done told you to go to the brook where I will sustain you. God done called you to be there at that particular place at that particular time. That is your calling. Glory be to God. But did he stay there? Come on now. Did he stay there? And that's what the Lord revealed to me. He said that calling can change. He said that calling can change because God say, I call you to a place. I call you to a certain people. I call you to a certain area in that particular season. And normally when God calls you to something, it's because there's something that's going on in the land. Glory be to God. There is something that's going on in the land. So the Lord say, I need you to be right here. And when you are right here, the Lord say, you're going to be able to fulfill the big picture. You're going to be able to fulfill the purpose right here for this particular time. But the Lord say it's only for a season now. When the Lord calls you to something, you gotta understand that this can only be for a season. This doesn't mean, because see, this is what, let me give y'all an example. Right now, you see me on Facebook Live. Okay? Everybody done seen me on Facebook Live. Some of them tired of seeing me on Facebook Live. Oh, well, devil. Come on now. But the Lord has called me. That's why I'm here, because he called me to Facebook Live. But the Lord told me, he said there's going to come a time, and I'm going to speak this thing into the atmosphere, baby, because it done already happened in my mind. And what I tell y'all, if you can see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. Glory be to God. The Lord told me, the Lord said, you call to Facebook Live right now, but the Lord said there's going to come a season of your life where you're going to be traveling all over the world speaking to my people. And the Lord said you won't be on Facebook Live. Come on now, because the Lord said you got to understand that your calling can change. The calling is wherever God needs you to be in that season, in that time, to fulfill your purpose. See, right now, I'm fulfilling my purpose through Facebook Live. Oh, but when the season change, come on now, when the season change, because God said I'm at the brook right now. I feel the power of the living God. He said I'm at the brook right now, but God said it's going to come a season where the brook going to dry up. It's going to dry up. And the Lord said you're going to get yourself in a mess if the brook dry up and you still trying to sit there. Come on now. Because, see, a lot of people get caught up on that. They get in, they find their purpose, and they get in their calling. But then they get complacent. They get comfortable there. Come on now. They get comfortable there. And the Lord said, you got to understand that the calling, this is what he told me. He said the calling is a summons. It's a summons. I said, God, I thank you. He said the calling is a place that I summon you to. I summon you here. The Lord said, I called you here. And listen what he said. He said, it's an impulse. It's an impulse. God said, that's how you know it's from me, because God said the feeling won't leave you alone. You know when you call to something, because that thing ain't going to leave you alone. It ain't going to let you rest. It ain't going to let you get no peace. God said it's going to be an impulse in your spirit. Listen, and he said it's going to be pulling you towards a particular place or towards a particular course of action or area. Glory be to God. The calling is a GPS direction from God. God can tell you, go left, stop off right here. I need you to go down here by this brook. And I need you to be here. I need you to hide. I need you to hide right here. Come on now. Some of y'all, God got you. You in your purpose. You in your calling. But the Lord is hiding you. He hiding you. Come on now. But you got to understand that eventually that thing that's sustaining you is going to dry up. And you're going to have to make a move. Glory be to God. Y'all put that in the comments. Say, I'm going to have to make a move. I can't stay here forever. I can't stay here forever. Now, does that mean that everything is just going to shift and the Lord just going to uproot you? No. God said, as long as you keep your ear to my throne, as long as you keep doing what you're supposed to do and you stay close to God, God said your transition will be smooth. He said the only time your transition get rocky is when you stop doing what God said and you get hard-headed. Come on now. Y'all know how we get sometimes. Bay start talking in your ear. Okay, Bay go to talking in your ear, and Bay ain't telling you what God said, but Bay telling you what he said or what she said. And then we get hard-headed and we want to go against what God said. God said, that's when the transition get rocky. It get rocky. That's when you start going through, you know what. Come on now. That's when the storm start brewing in your life, when you take your ear away from God's mouth. But you better keep your ear to God's mouth, and you better stay close to his throne and listen to him when he speaks, because God going to give you your next GPS directions. He going to give you your next GPS directions. So that's how I know doing what I do, I have to stay close to the mouth of God. Because when God say time's up, no more Facebook Live right now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, woman. Hit the road. I need you here. I need you there. But I'm saying, well, Lord, I'm scared. I ain't ready for that yet. I want to stay in my house and keep doing videos. I want to do this. I want to do that. Then guess what? God say, okay, now it look like instead of me moving you into your transition smoothly, God said, now I'm going to have to drag you. I'm going to have to drag you. And that's when everything go to busting loose in your life. Everything, all the storms come to brewing in your life. Everything that could go wrong start going wrong. Why? Because we get hard-headed. We get hard-headed and we start listening to other people. So understand that the calling is not your purpose. See, if you think the calling is your purpose, you're gonna miss your next move. You're gonna miss your next direction. Because you done got caught up on that particular place and you think that's your purpose. That's not your purpose. A lot of people are still in buildings. I'm going to say it because God gave me clearance to say it. Come on now. A lot of folks still in church buildings. A lot of folks still out there in the woods. A lot of folks still up on the bishop. A lot of folks still up on the pastor. Why? Because, and God said the brook done dried up. They went to the brook when God told them to go, but they done got comfortable there and it done dried up and they don't want to move. And God said, you're going to miss. He said, you're going to miss your mark. You will miss your mark. Y'all listen to me. Don't think that the calling is your purpose, because it's not. The purpose is the big picture. The purpose is the reason for your existence. The Lord will call you to a certain area in order for you to fulfill that purpose. Now listen to what he said. He said, now let's talk about the gifts. What are the gifts? You not hungry, baby. You done ate. I told y'all, he said he hungry. He done ate. So don't be trying to call Child Protective Services. Go get in the bed, baby. Go get in the bed. Go get in the bed with TJ. Go get in the bed. Mama doing a video, okay? I'm almost through. Okay? Glory be to God. Y'all come on now. I got to get this out. I got to get this. I knew I was going to have to fight because he wouldn't sleep. But I got to get this out so I can go to sleep. Because when God on me, baby, I can't let nothing stop me. I got to go. I got to get it out. Now listen to what God said. He said the gifts. The gifts are the tool. He said the gift is the tool that God gives us to fulfill our purpose. That's what the gift is. Y'all put that in the comments. Say the gift is the tool. That's the tool. See, you want to throw purpose and callings and gifts all in there together. You want to slap them all in there together and act like they the same. But God said they are not the same. They are not the same. They different. He said, now I will put all of them together. They will come together. But he said, you got to understand that they each have different roles. He said the calling and the gift can't even compare to the purpose. Listen, y'all listen to me. The calling and the gift cannot even compare to the purpose. Because the purpose is the big picture. The gift and the calling that's when we start getting into the picture. When we see some of the things that's inside of the picture. That's just a piece of the picture. But the purpose is the big picture. The gift is the tool that God gave you. What, baby? You hot? Y'all hang on 1 second. He say he hot. Y'all hang on now. I'm coming. Okay, I turned on the air, okay? It's finna come on. All right. The gifts. The gift is the tool that God gives us to fulfill our purpose. To fulfill our purpose. So what does that mean? This is what the Lord revealed to me. He said you have a spiritual tool belt. It ain't no physical tool belt now. He said you have a spiritual tool belt that you wearing. He said, I put it in you. Before the foundation of the world, I put it on you. God said it's on you and it's in you. And it was in you before the foundation of the world. And he said, what I gave to you, no man can take it away. Y'all better hear me tonight now. Don't get distracted by everything that's going on. Listen, because the devil is busy. Listen to what God is saying. He said, I put it on you before the foundation of the world. It was already on you. And so you got to understand that, see, we put our trust, we put our hopes in these jobs and stuff. But God said, baby. He said, you got to find your gift. Listen to me. He said, you got to find your gift, because God said, he said, I didn't just throw you out here. Listen, God didn't just give you a purpose and throw you out to the wolves. Come on now. But he gave you a tool belt. He gave you a tool to fulfill that purpose. The gift is the tool that you use to fulfill your purpose. Because the Lord say, now I didn't put this calling on your life. I've called you to this particular area. And the Lord say, I have given you this purpose to fulfill. But God say, now I got to give you something to fulfill it with. That's where the gift come in it. That's where the gift come in. See, you got to understand. This is what the Lord say. He said the gift is a natural ability or a talent given by God. Y'all put that in the comments. Say it came from God. It came from God. And you know what made me so happy and so glad about that? The fact that that gift came from God. Can't nobody fire you from your gift. Can't nobody fire. It don't, listen to me. When you find your gift, it don't matter who like you. It don't matter who rooting for you. It don't matter if you popping. It don't matter if you popular. It don't matter if you got a big following. It don't matter. Cause let me tell y'all something. I wasn't what folks consider to be this and that, this, that, and the third. No. I was one you could consider that folks say I was looked over. I was looked over. When I spoke something, ain't nobody want to hear what I had to say. Everybody cutting me off. That's the quiet girl. She did, she that, But when you find your gift, come on now. Y'all better say something in here today. Tonight, when you find your gift, okay, they got to make room for you. Y'all heard what the Bible said. When a man's gift will make room for him, and it will bring him before great men. When you find your gift, they can't say we too crowded. We ain't got no room. Baby, they gonna make room for you. Because that's the tool that God gave you to maneuver through this earth realm. See, we living broke, busted, and disgusted, working on a job for somebody because we ain't found our gift. But once you find your gift, no man can hold you. They can't hold you. They can't throw you in no warehouse. They can't throw you in no shop. They can't throw you in no clinic, throw you in no office and say, you going to work here and we going to pay you this. Because, see, when you find your gift, you have fees. You charge your fees. You establish what you worth. You ain't got to wait for somebody else to say what you worth. What, baby? I turn the air on. You don't have to wait for nobody else to tell you what you worth when you find your gift. So that's why you got to understand that the gift is the tool that God gave you to fulfill your purpose. He said, now, when you find the gift, and that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what the Lord has called me to do. I help people find their purpose and find their gifts. And then we work on their mindset. Because when you find your purpose and your gifts, that's just half of it. That's half of it. Until you get this right here right, you ain't going nowhere. Until you get this right here right, you only going to make a certain amount of money. Until you get this right here right, you're going to always have a problem with them children. You're going to always have a problem with that man. You're going to always have a problem with that woman because it's coming from this right here. It's about what you think about yourself in your heart. When the Bible said your heart, it was talking about this. It was talking about that mind. So whatever you believe about yourself in here, that's what you're going to attract out there. If you don't believe you nobody, that's what people are going to treat you like. That's what they're going to treat you like. So y'all understand that when God calls you to a certain area of your life, that's what God called you to fulfill your purpose and use your gift at that time. But don't get caught up on that place. Don't get caught up on them people. Because when God say move, you got to move. You got to move. So I'm going to do a part 2 on this, y'all. I'm going to do a part 2. What, baby? I'm going to do a part 2. Because as y'all can see, I got a little one that's still up. But I got the most of it out. But I love y'all so much. I'm going to stop talking so he can go to bed. Because he ain't going to go to sleep until I stop talking. So I love y'all so much. Look for another live about this. Look for some seminars about this, because this is not something that I can just, be one and done with in a 20-30 minute live. It ain't something I could be one and done with. It ain't gonna be one and done. It's gonna have to be ongoing, because I feel in my spirit a lot of people still confused. A lot of people still don't know. A lot of people still dealing with a lot. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this more. So I love y'all so much. Y'all have a good night.